Welcome back, everybody. I am thrilled to introduce my next guest to you. I've been really wanting to sit down with her for a while, so I'm very interested. I've got Katherine Wehler here. She is a professional astrologist, using it for people in their businesses and wealth coaching.
Yes.
And I'm sure so many other things. So I'm so grateful for you to be here. I know that it's life is busy for you and everything. And I've been wanting to talk to you since I first met you. I think it was over a year ago.
Yeah.
So
I know we
excited.
instantly connected.
Yes. Yeah. It was at.
I remember you being like, I want to talk to you, and I was like, same. Yeah.
And so I'm so appreciative, and I'm really excited to learn about what you do, because I just surface level know, right? So kind of walk us through a little bit about a day in the life of a professional astrologist.
Yeah, great question. So I've been an astrologer for over 25 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, started with a crush on a boy.
Oh, these stories.
I know. Still my best guy friend to this day. Shout out to him. But yeah, I needed to know, are we compatible and everything. So I've just been obsessed with it ever since.
Okay.
And I even was a professional actor, and I would do it, behind the scenes and backstage. So yeah, now in my day-to-day life, I mostly do it internationally. So I'm working with clients in, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Thailand, but doing local things as well. So yeah, I split my time between working with my clients internationally, through messaging apps, and then also one-to-ones, and then doing local events like moon ceremonies and stuff like that out here.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. So let's start from the beginning, sort of. I know you said crush on a boy, but how were you learning this particular practice?
Yeah. So I mostly learned online.
Okay.
Yeah, I mostly learned through videos, and some books as well. But yeah, mostly online. It was the early days of 2001, 2002.
So not quite like YouTube as we know it today, right?
Yeah, I remember there were some videos, but it was also just forums where people were talking about astrology.
Okay.
So I'm mostly self-taught.
Okay.
And because I learned at such a young age, and I was just practicing for years, that's the majority of my education has just been literally getting to practice and observe and do charts and see what works and what doesn't work, and then
go from there. I know nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you're learning this, what are you learning? What are you looking at? What is the information that is given to you?
Yeah, so I mostly read natal charts.
Okay.
So that is the astrology of when you were born. So the minute you were born, it was just basically a chart of the sky. And when you have that chart, you're able to see literally your entire life. So I always tell people, I'm like, if you give me your birth time, your birth date, your location, I know your entire life.
Oh, wow.
Within 2.5 seconds. So I use that. I also do transits and progressions. So that's basically where are the planets currently and how are they interacting with your natal chart.
Okay. And so you say 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's
hard
fast.
to comprehend on my end, right?
Yeah.
So what are the things that you see when you say that you're seeing their life? What does that show you?
I see everything, because astrology, it literally covers everything. So I can see, your money stories. I can see your relationship with your mother, your relationship with your father, your siblings, what your aligned career is in this lifetime. Yeah. Relationship. I do a lot of relationship coaching now.
Sure.
So I help people identify who is their husband, versus who are their boyfriends. And yeah, just basically see everything.
So I'm so interested. So somebody comes to you. I mean, I know that you do it for businesses and wealth, but they come to you with a question. I am going to do X. Relationship, whatever it be.
Yeah.
And you sit down with them and you go over those first few basic things and you walk them through their chart. Is this an ongoing consultation, or is this a one-off situation?
Both.
Okay.
So I've had clients on retainer since like 2020 when I went full time. And I'm mostly helping
Full time
them.
in 2020.
Yeah.
We're going to circle back around to that. Go ahead.
Yep, it was connected to the panini, the pandemic. But yeah, so some people just come to me for a one-off session, and then some people I've been working with for quite some time. Again, I mostly use it to business coach, so it's planning like launches, it's planning, dates for when do I do this thing, when do I plan that thing. So yeah.
Okay, so you're able to let them, like, when the best time to launch their businesses, and what's the success rate on that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Astrology is amazing. There's this great quote where it is, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. Yeah, and it's attributed to JP Morgan. Nobody really knows the exact origin of it.
Sure.
But it really is exactly that. I mean, astrology is so precise and it's so specific and it's so individually unique that, if I have your astrological information, we get it 100% of the time. Yeah. I don't have a failure rate in my business.
That's so amazing. So why isn't everybody using it then?
Such a great question. I think because most people are just not knowledgeable about what is out there. I think there's been a lot of efforts to delegitimize astrology. So that's been a huge part of it too, especially in the last century. I think most people are just unaware of how impactful it is because they think, oh, it's just, your sun sign, right? It's just like your zodiac.
Right.
But it's so much more than that.
Yeah. Okay. So, circle back around.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
You went full time. What were you said you were a professional actress as well,
yes.
And doing that. Was that really your main source of income, or were you doing anything else? And what prompted you to say, now's the time in the pandemic, the craziest time that we've lived through, that I'm going to go full time professional astrologist?
Well, really, it was because there weren't any acting opportunities. Everything shut down.
Right.
I was also working as a professional stylist at Anthropology at the time.
Okay.
So that all closed. And at the time, I had already been doing this business. So I went on podcasts and things, and I was talking about what to prepare for 2020. People would ask me, what is there to look forward to in 2020? And I was like, it's not really that kind of a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but sure, if you're watching everything, what did you think was going to happen, or did you have an idea?
Exactly what happened.
Really?
Yeah. Astrologers, we had been known. We had known. I don't mean to laugh because it was the pandemic, but I'm laughing because
you're like, we told you.
Yeah, exactly. So people were like, oh my God, you predicted everything, and now I'm pivoting my life, my business. I'm no longer doing the same career or, whatever. And my business just blew up.
It's interesting. A lot of people did something different and new in the pandemic that they probably wouldn't have done otherwise.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it was a defining moment for so many people. Life is so unpredictable and crazy and short. Why would I not try to do this?
Exactly. Yeah, and that was what the astrology was too. Is it was turning a new page. It was and all the astrologers knew that. We were like, there is before 2020 and there's after 2020. And 2026 is like that too.
Oh, really?
Big turning point year. Yeah.
Can you tell us more?
Yeah. So basically 2026, we're moving from a paradigm, the old paradigm way of doing things, where it's like, no, that's not possible, or that can only be done in this amount of time, to truly a limitless, expansive time period, where through technological advancements, through even government advancements and all kinds of things, all kinds of progressive, causes and qualities, we're opening up to so much more. If you even think about the fact that we're doing this right now,
right?
And tons of people are going to see it versus the limitness that we had before of, you could go into a room and you could speak to people, or you'd have to gather people in a room. social media is a great example where now we have this reach.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, 2026 is just going to blow that up even more and open up more opportunities for us.
So do you feel like it's a positive thing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that there are downsides to what is happening in our world right now. But it really is just the old paradigm sort of rising to the surface, almost like a pimple, honestly. That it's like you have to see it so that you can address it, you know? But it's like kind of that.
That's true about pimples and also what you're talking about. What a great analogy.
I know. I had one this week and I was just like, oh my God, of course you would pop up right before I have an interview.
Right. That's, the way of it.
But I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, but that's such a fantastic metaphor for this time where it's like, yeah, it has to rise to the surface. We have to see what's been going on underneath more consciously so that we can really address it and we can rid it.
Get rid of it.
Clean it out. Pop it once and for all.
Oh my gosh. So, moment of me being a little bit vulnerable around. So I've always been very nervous to go through something, like to sit down and go through something like this with you, talking about my chart and stuff.
Right.
Because I often feel it's like, what if there's something that I don't want to know?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what if I just don't want to know? Mm-hmm. But I guess you have to tell all the things that you see or the pattern or whatever.
There's nothing in any chart that I've ever told anyone where they go, oh, that's not helpful to know, or that makes me feel worse, you know?
Okay.
And I think that's also my approach to it too, because someone asked me this the other day. She said, you know, you have such a positive approach with astrology. And I said, well, ultimately it's because I'm in Aries and I want people to like go out there and live their lives joyfully, right? And do things. Like, I'm such a needle mover. I always am interested in how are we moving the needle forward? How are we progressing forward? So, you know, when there's more difficult things, we alchemize them because at a soul level, that is what your soul wants to happen, right? So there's nothing where it's like, ooh, scary boogeyman, you know?
Yeah.
We all have Saturn somewhere. We all have
And what does that mean, Saturn, when you say that?
Saturn is our life's lessons. So this is where we face difficulties or even hardships in life. But it forges us and it makes us stronger and better and more durable than we were before. So I think that's the thing, is there's nothing to truly be afraid of in your chart because nothing is so finite. Like, we always have free will. So you get to discover and you get to evolve into even these more difficult aspects and really make them your bitch, you know? Like,
I fucking love that you just said that. That's amazing.
Like, truly, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you could spend your life hiding from the boogeyman, or, you know, you could be that adult that looks under the bed and realizes, oh,
it's not that scary.
It's not that scary. Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, when you, I don't know, I guess also just a little side note, it's a very much of an attitude of like, this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me.
Yeah, and
right?
with me.
And with me.
Yes.
I like that addition to that because
Yes.
I do think it's important to have that mindset and with me, right? Because it's, and with me sort of says, I'm also in control of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, I'm also in control, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at somebody's chart, let's say this is a person that you're consulting over, you've planned to consult them over, let's say 6 months, or I'm not sure how you break it down, but there's a plan for multiple consultations. Do you start with just the beginning, or do you look at the span of it and say, here, then we're going to start over here? Like, how do you begin that session?
When you say start at the beginning, do you mean start with their natal astrology?
Sure, yeah.
It depends on the session.
Okay.
Because some people want to get right into, like, what is my love code? What is my wealth code?
Okay.
What is my business code? So people always ask me, like, how often should I work with you? And I say, honestly, we could work together for a lifetime, every single second of that lifetime, and never cover it all. Like, astrology is so deep. It's so complex. There's always more to discover and talk about and play with and look at from different perspectives. So the way I break it down is most of my one-off sessions are 60 to 90 minutes.
Okay.
And so we laser focus in on like, okay, like I want to know my wealth code or my love code. And then I look at those aspects. My clients that I've been working with for quite some time now, they know, you know, pretty much everything at this point, just because we've talked about it so much. But yeah, I mean, there's 20,000 asteroids alone. Like, we could talk forever.
Yeah, that's, and yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So do you go over your chart, and are you constantly like looking into yourself, or have you been doing this long enough that maybe you don't need to?
No, I'm constantly learning more about myself, and I'm constantly, I mean, I think this is again why I love it so much, because I'm constantly looking at things from a different angle. Like, oh, I didn't realize that during that time period, you know, Neptune was square my Venus. Or
okay,
something.
so what does Neptune in your Venus mean?
So I actually have that natally. I have Neptune square Venus natally. And it means that I need to be mindful of relationship habits, of seeing like the potential in someone, but them never following through. So that's
interesting.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, that's a great example of the boogeyman, right? Where it's like, I could spin my wheels for a lifetime going, oh, but why doesn't this work? Or why didn't that work? Blah, blah, blah. But as an astrologer, I have the power to go, no, I know the pattern, I know the cycle, and with my own free will decision, I'm going to choose to work with this instead of, you know, letting it overtake me, right? So yeah, for that example, like I said, Neptune is a planet of fogginess, murkiness, but also a higher spiritual octave. And then Venus is the planet of love, relationships, money, beauty. So people who have Neptune and Venus, even in a square, tend to be poets, songwriters, astrologers, you know, people who can interpret things in a beautiful way, right? Or create something beautiful out of more of a universal synchronicity and frequency versus just human language, right? We also tend to love things like beauty and the arts, you know, styling, like that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
So cool. Yeah. How does astrology go along with, or does it like organize religion?
Yeah, great question. So again, like, you know, the delegitimization of astrology has really only been happening for a century.
Sure. Because this has been around forever.
The entire time that humanity's been around.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably
even before then. But yeah, so, you know, with organized religion, astrology was a part of it for a very long time.
Right.
You know, those things weren't separated the same way that they are today.
Right.
There were saints that studied astrology. The wise men were astrologers.
Right.
Jesus himself probably studied astrology.
Right.
And not just Christianity, but you see it woven throughout many religions. Judaism still uses astrology to plan their holidays.
Right.
You know, because they go by the lunar calendar.
Right. Okay.
So it's just humanity, whether it's organized religion or spirituality or paganism or, you know, whatever. Everyone's used astrology.
Yeah. And it seems to be such a, I mean, it's so expansive, right? Like you can't just say like nature and encompass what you're talking about with astrology, right?
Right.
It's so expansive. And when you start to think about, like you said, 20,000 asteroids, that's just asteroids. There's so much going on out there.
Yeah.
So interesting. Okay, so what's something, I don't know, like what's something that you wish everybody knew about astrology? Like that just they should know this?
I think they should know how impactful it is. Like I said, there is nothing in my life, and I've tried everything, right? I've tried breath work, journaling, like, yoga, Pilates. Like I've done a lot of things in my lifetime, both spiritual and non-spiritual. The thing I love about astrology is that astrology truly is everything. So even when I'm working with a client, I can see in their astrology, oh, like yoga is a really good fit for you, or running is a really good fit for you. It makes sense that you love, mermaids and oceans versus the mountains. For this person, it makes sense that they love to clean on a Saturday morning and this person loves to sleep in.
Yeah.
So I love astrology because it gives you the power to be yourself in a world that, again, with the old paradigm, is saying, no, you have to be this way to succeed, or you have to be this specific way in order to be accepted. And astrology says, no, just come as you are, be yourself, because this is your design for this lifetime. Like, this is your blueprint and who you get to be.
So you've said this lifetime a couple times. Do you believe that that we will experience, some part of us experiences a different lifetime or has experienced lifetimes?
Yeah, so this is the other part for me personally. Again, why I love astrology is because I've been psychic and seen past lives and everything my whole life.
You say your whole life, like from the time you were a young child. And just for reference, when you were talking about the boy, how old were you?
We were 6.
Okay. Just for reference.
6 and 7.
I knew you were really young, but I wasn't sure. So I think people should know.
Yeah, even him, when I met him, I was like, oh, like my past life husband. And he knows that too. Like we laugh about it.
So interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because he's like Mr. Science and stuff. So he does.
Oh, the conversations you must have.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
He challenges me.
Yeah, I bet. And I bet you
and I challenge him back. Yeah. But So even with him, I was like, oh, like my past life husband. Like, so great to see you again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been able to just see things energetically and tap into things that most people don't my whole life. I spent most of my life thinking that everyone does this and sees this because that's how normal it is for me. And I'm also such like a grounded, practical person. I'm not really someone who like wants to live on another planet or, I love Earth. Like I love earthly things and I love being here in a human body. So yeah, as far as like reincarnation and everything goes, I mean, I could go on and on and on about it because it depends on which dimensional perspective you're looking at things through. And also, again, in the new paradigm, it's less about what we've done in the past and more about who am I in this present moment, and I get to rewrite any story that I don't like from the past, right?
Right.
So it's less so like, again, you're fixed into one identity and you have to be that person because you were that in your past life, or you're carrying around this wound for forever in this life because of a past life. And more so like, no, actually, I choose to let that go. I choose to move on from it.
Yeah, which is the ultimate course of free will.
Yeah.
Right? So do you think everybody, like you said, I thought everybody was like this.
Yeah.
But do you think everybody has the capability to be like that?
Yeah,
They just don't tap into it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel that way very strongly. Because there are times I'm like, I knew this was going to happen, or I knew she was going to say that, or I knew, and I really, I do consciously try to be open to that because I feel like we don't open ourselves up. And I say that literally, and I also say that like metaphorically, or you know what I mean, like I'm saying, like, open yourself up to that. And I've definitely known people, what's up Norma, who 1000% have this ability, like no doubt. There's been multiple instances where I'm like, you 100%, like yes, 100%. I think it's really a gift, and it's, I think it would really solve a lot of problems if everybody just was more open to being,
absolutely,
receptive to that, or, honing that skill in.
Yeah, 100%. I think so too. I mean, I think that it's very undervalued, the ability to listen to your intuition.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I've never been given a choice. Like, again, I didn't choose this. I didn't learn this. It's just how I was born.
Right.
And I've been through many things in my life where I knew things ahead of time. I had dreams and premonitions and all kinds of things. There was a shooting at my school that I knew about and tried to warn people about.
I was just going to ask you that. And people are like, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then it happens.
So I think that's the thing is, I mean, nowadays, I think people are more apt to listen to that, both to themselves, but also to others, you know? But yeah, I think that there's so much to be said for being able to trust your intuition.
Right.
You know, not blindly, not, okay, again, fixed. This has to go this way and that control, but just that level of trust of like, yeah, what I call the most fun and favorite timeline, right? Which is not just highest timeline, which conjures up this connotation of like what is, you know, high and mighty or right, like, oh, that's better than this thing, and the hierarchy, but more so most fun and favorite, which is like, what does your heart want?
Yeah.
You know, what excites you, what wakes you up in the morning, and what would be like your most fabulous life to live. And if you can trust your intuition, if you can trust what your heart is saying in terms of this is the direction that I want to go in, I think a lot of people would benefit from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your ideal client? Like, who do you look forward to? And I would imagine like
yeah.
Right? Like you could just
I
tell.
love working with smart people.
Oh no, right?
And I'll say all of my clients are smart. I've never had a non-smart client. No, I genuinely, my client archetypes are Capricorn and Taurus. So these are my very earthy folks. These are folks that build businesses. They, you know, build relationships. They're builders, and they love success. They have a grand vision or a grand goal for their life. They have things that they want to accomplish and they want to do. And then astrology comes in and I get to go, yep, here's how that happens.
Wow.
I call it the lazy river, because my clients tend to be people who make it more difficult on themselves. And so this is like really that secret ingredient or just like that magic key unlocking something fabulous, where it's like, hey, you don't have to work so hard. You get to go on the lazy river of life.
Yeah. Do you find it's easy for you to make friends and have relationships, or do you find that difficult because you're so in tuned?
Well, I'm a Libra moon, so I love relationships. Like there's nothing I love more than this, right? I love talking to people. I love connecting. I love humans. I was an actor because I just find humans so fascinating, you know? Like what would motivate someone to do this, right? Like I used to literally just creepily sit in coffee shops and watch people talk and you know, just observe.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as far as making friends goes, again, you can see it in my chart. It's not hard for me to make friends, but it's a really good question, because I think for me, it has been a learning curve to be able to turn off all of the energetic stuff. So rather than seeing, you know, because I see it like above you, rather than seeing like, oh, like Kelly's past lives and her ancestors and her this and that and the other thing, it's far more interesting for me to be like, well, let me get to know Kelly as she is here today, this human.
Right.
And then if that opportunity comes up and you ask me, oh, like what is this, then I'll tap into it, right, within a session or something. But as far as friendships go, I love that like earthy human, you know,
connection.
Yeah. Who are you? What do you care about? Tell me about your life.
Yeah. Did you question the success of your business when you started it?
No.
Because you, for lack of a more impactful phrase, you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much. And I've always known that I was destined for what I like to call bigness. You know, some might call it greatness, but I call it bigness. I've always known that I was destined for a big life, in a way where even in times where I wasn't actively participating in that, it finds me, you know? And I'm also such an Aries. So I don't have imposter syndrome. I don't doubt myself.
We were talking about
Truly.
imposter syndrome earlier today.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
I don't doubt myself. I read The Audacity to be Queen recently, and I was like, this should be called The Audacity to be Katherine Christine Wehler. Because because this is the life that I've I've never had any other choice. I've always had to be that person because I was so different.
Yeah.
And because I just am so uninterested in, again, things that hold me back or hold anybody back from their most fun and favorite life. So yeah, I've never doubted myself.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned 2026 is a pivotal year.
Yes.
How do you make sure to win?
Great question. I think being open-minded and flexible. It's a big
Which is
pivot
such a
year.
thing that is not happening in so many ways.
Yep. People are
Yeah.
hanging on by their claws. But yeah, I think being open-minded and flexible, having fun, keeping in mind that any plot twist or turn is supposed to be fun.
Right.
I've been saying, like, we're leaving the healing, slow women's retreat. You know, we're all like bathing together and naked and crying under the moonlight about our mothers. And now we're moving into the disco robot rave where it's like you're wearing a sparkly bedazzled bra and you're just like shaking ass with your little robot friend. So
I'm so here for this. I love the way you just described both those things because yes, like that speaks to like my life as it was, you know what I mean? Like I hear that. I feel that so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And definitely for me, I've had a lot of change in my life over the past 7 years.
Yeah.
I've said this to other people. It's like this version of me did not exist in a public way at all. And it's such a gift. And like, I, like you, think like it should be fun. Like, what's the pivot? Like, what, you know what I mean? Because I've lived that arc, you know, and done that thing. And now it's like, and I feel like anything is possible. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. Like, what does it look like? Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
I've got my sparkly bra on and we are shaking ass.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really it. Like I said, if you're holding on to like, no, it has to be this way, or like, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But if you're in a space of, I'm open, let's see where this goes, let's see what new adventure life takes me on, you're going to have fun. You're going to be at the disco robot rave, like, whoa, this is even better than what I had planned.
Yeah. Do you feel like it helps keep you, like, your energy up and your, like, young in a way? Keep you young?
Yes, yeah,
right?
100%.
Right?
Yeah. I've been spending time with people who have the astrology that we're all going through right now. And I think that every single time I'm like, this is just like a fun, bright, again, we're moving from many, many years, you know, Pluto in Capricorn was 16 years, Neptune in Pisces, that was since 2011. Uranus and Taurus, that's been since 2018. And now we're in completely different energies. Yeah. So we spent, you know, the last decade really, again, like healing and like mining the, you know, the trauma and everything. And this is just a much more like quick, light, fun, playful, dancing sort of energy.
So if somebody wanted to reach out to you and like set up a session, what's the best way for them to do that?
I love a DM.
It is such the way of the things
I
anymore.
love a DM. I know not everybody does, but I do. I really do. Again, Libra moon, I just love to talk to people. So yeah, DMing me on Instagram. I of course have my website, that's katherinewehler.com. You can directly book a session or, you know, anything to work with me through there. But yeah, I love when people reach out because I do offer so many things.
And so you, whatever they feel like they may need,
yes,
right? It's, even though you said wealth building and business and stuff like that, it's whatever they
yeah, truly. I mean, I have an intro, like, astrology session too. So if people just want to get to know their chart, like they're just curious, you know, they want to see what's open for the year ahead. Yeah, you can.
And is this something that you could do like in a group setting? Like if it was like a group of people that wanted to do something fun and have you over and do the thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love those. Okay. Yeah, I love doing events. I did like a moon ceremony type thing for a Galentine's party a few years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm always open to like different kinds of collaborations or different kinds of ideas. Sometimes I work weddings, like, yeah. Oh.
So what's something that you really as we end here, would want to make sure that you say, if you, or maybe you already have, or what would be one thing you would want to just finish up with?
I think just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of life. Don't be afraid of astrology. Don't be afraid of me.
You are so not scary. You're so sweet.
Thank you. People have given me a lot of feedback that they're scared of me.
What? I mean, with that laugh, are you kidding me? It's like adorable.
Thank you.
I can't.
But yeah, I think just like, don't be afraid. Like, I love the Joan of Arc quote, which is, I am not afraid, I was born to do this. And I think that that is the perfect motto to take into this year, beyond, even.
I love that so much. It makes me think about my Ophelia girls. Like, I can't wait to share that with them. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And I feel like I'm going to be like, I know you're going to be scheduled with something.
She's like, yeah.
I feel like we're going to be seeing each other off camera. So, but Katherine, it's such a pleasure.
Thank you, Kelly.
May I have a hug?
Of course. Duh.
Aw, I heart you.